History is where we came from. We are our ancestors. And because of that, we can't forget our ancestors. We come from them. So knowing that and knowing where you came from gives you a deeper view of yourself and helps you understand why you are the way you are.
When I walk in the morning, dressed as a school teacher in 1836, carrying my basket and walking down the path, I can't believe it sometimes because it puts you into the character, it puts you into the mode, and you get to experience that lifestyle. I was part of the Green Bay public school system, and now I teach at the technical college and WTC working with adults. But it's been really fun when I am interpreting because I see teachers from the public school that I used to work with. Their eyes kind of get wide and they're like, oh, it's Nancy actually teaching here. So it's a really wonderful experience for me.
Men and women who got together late 60s, early 70s, whose dream was to bring these structures that may have been at risk to one place and create a heritage park. They lobbied very, very hard at the local level, at the state level, and they were ultimately successful in signing a lease with the Department of Natural Resources and then bringing the buildings here, literally floating some of them down on the Fox River on a barge. And I believe the hospital came that way. So if you can imagine this building that we're sitting in, which is the original structure of Fort Howard, moved here in the 70s.
Growing up here, it's been this beautiful sanctuary on all four sides, right? 56 acres in the middle of Green Bay that's accessible to everything, but it's so unique and it's so tied in with the community. And the history of this community and the people that have made this community what it is really represented here as well.
There's nothing more tragic than young people with no connection to the past. There are certain things young people should know. They should have a basic understanding that a long time ago, my great-great-great-grandfather or great-great-grandmother worked on a farm, and that's pretty hard. They had to plow the fields and had to plant crops. So it's giving them that knowledge that allows them to put things in context. We're a little different. You might see a musket demonstration and fire. It's quite different than going to a museum and seeing a musket behind a plate of glass. You can see the blacksmith working whatever metal he may be working with. You can feel the heat, you can see the sparks fly. That's kind of special. The best thing that we can do is improve our product. You've got to show that you have a record of success. And I think we're doing that. Viking Drum Corps, the migrant cabin, which we're going to be installing this year, is another new initiative which will give us a little different take on our history here. Labor history, we don't really talk about labor history. So the more things you can do that introduce relevant bits of history and programming, and the better off you're going to be.
History doesn't happen at a single moment, and having that appreciation of history doesn't all of a sudden like a light bulb just turn on. It's something that oftentimes happens as years go by in older age or through life experiences. But if we can catch that spark and all of a sudden take somebody who might not have experienced or appreciated history until 50 years down the road and have them have that singular experience here, then we're doing our jobs.